All right, I want to go over 3 other vocabulary terms with you besides convex and concave. Okay, one of them is equilateral polygon. Okay, I'm sure you understand that the prefix equa means equal and lateral means sides. So if we have an equilateral polygon, we have a polygon with equal sides. It's a polygon in which all the sides are congruent. Okay, and I want to use, let's see, what should I use here? Choose this. Okay, that's a rectangle, right? Is it equilateral? Are all these sides the same length? Well, no, because these top and bottoms are a lot longer than the left and the right. Okay, let's look at a square. Is a square equilateral? Yeah, we said a square is a rectangle with, or a parallelogram with 4 equal sides. So it is, yes, it is equilateral. Okay, will be another one we've studied that has all equal sides. Let's see here. What about, what about that? What about a rhombus? Is a rhombus equilateral? Are all of its sides equal? Yep, they sure are. It's like a square that's leaning on its side. Okay, so an equilateral polygon is just a polygon that has equal sides. Okay. All right, let's look at equiangular polygon. Equiangular polygon. So that's a polygon that has equal, what do you think? Angles. That's right, equal angles. It's a polygon in which all the angles are congruent. Okay, let's look at these shapes that I just had here. Let's copy and paste them. I know you're like, I want to get that definition. Here you go. A polygon in which all the angles are congruent. There, okay. All right, let's take a look at these same shapes again, okay? Does a rectangle have all of its angles congruent? Well, let's see. On a rectangle, we said the definition was a parallelogram with 4 equal angles, and they're all 90 degrees. So yes, it is equiangular. So yeah, I'm going to say, yep, it is equiangular. Okay, what about a square? Is a square equiangular? Are all 4 of its angles the same as each other? Yes, it is. It is equiangular because all the angles are right angles. What about a rhombus? Is it equiangular? Is this angle the same size as this one? No, this one's obtuse, this one's acute. So it is not equiangular. Okay, so we've got equilateral, which is when all the sides are equal. Why is this not cooperating with me? Okay, and then we've got equiangular, which is when all the angles are congruent. Okay, and then if you put equiangular and equilateral together, you get what's called a regular polygon. It's a polygon that is equilateral and equiangular, equal sides and equal angles. Polygon that is equilateral and equiangular. Okay, well, what does that look like? Well, let's go back up to these shapes, okay? Are any of these shapes, our rectangle, our square, or a rhombus, both equiangular and equilateral? Think about that for a minute. So that would be a shape that has, in this case, they're quadrilateral, so 4 equal sides and 4 equal angles. Does that apply to any of those? Hopefully you're saying, yeah, that's what a square is, right? It's both equiangular and equilateral because it has 4 equal angles also. Excuse me. Okay. Awesome. So let's take a look at these shapes here. Okay, find the regular polygons and put them in the green box. Okay. Well, we already talked about the rectangle. It's only has equal angles, not equal sides. So no. This is a concave polygon. That's a no. this is my rhombus. It doesn't have equal angles, okay? Now this is a 5-sided pentagon, and it looks like everything. Yep. See how it's got all the little marks there to show the angles are equal and the sides are equal. And then this hexagon is in the same boat. For some reason I already had it down there. Okay, so really the regular polygons are all of these that you are kind of used to seeing. This is kind of how you learned a lot of the shapes in elementary school, okay? It is not true that all shapes are regular, right? So if I go here, I've got some shapes that aren't regular, right? They don't have equal, this doesn't have all equal angles. The only type of triangle that has all equal angles is the equilateral triangle. Okay, and then I took some time to look up some of the, it's really common for companies to choose symbols that are, well, first of all, they like them to be symmetric and they like them to be really simple. But these are some examples of some that have regular polygons. The Chrysler symbol, it has a pentagon, a regular pentagon on the outside, and then it's got a star, which is just kind of joining the center to each of the vertices. You may be familiar with Pink Floyd. This is their album cover for The Dark Side of the Moon. It has a nice little equilateral triangle in it representing a prism. Volkswagen. I don't know that this really is polygons, but I guess it's symmetrical. Mitsubishi, it's got that equilateral triangle that it's kind of got it divided up with these little rhombuses out here. This is the Mercedes symbol, which now that I think about it, isn't really, if you join these vertices though, that would be a equilateral triangle. This MG British Automotive, we've got a regular hex, no, that's an octagon on the outside, just like a stop sign. Purina, which is like a cat and dog food, they have these squares inside of a square, looking kind of like a dice, but with boxes instead of circles. So pretty common. All right. So what are you going to do with this stuff? Okay. So if it's regular, that means all the sides are the same. Okay. So it says right here, these polygons, let me get my little pen here. These polygons are regular. So what I know is that even though it doesn't, is it going to let me use my pen? Yeah. Even though it doesn't say so, regular means it's equilateral. Okay. So they gave me this 12 on this one side. If I want to find the perimeter, I would just take 4 times that one side. Right? So I get the perimeter is 48. That's not very hard to do. If they ask me for the perimeter on example 6, well, each side is 11. And again, this is regular, which means it's also equilateral. So what would I take that 11 times if it asked me for the perimeter? On this one, I took the side times 4 because it had 4 sides. This one, I'm going to take a side times 5 because it has 5 sides. So it's super easy, guys. You just take whatever the side is times how many sides it has. Okay. If it's regular, that also means that it's equiangular. So this angle is 108. So is this angle. So is this angle. So is this angle. So if it wants me to find y, then I know that 9y is equal to 108. So all I have to do is divide both sides by 9. Oops, I don't know why I'm doing 99. So then y is going to be what, 12? Okay. If they had asked me to find x on this one, and maybe this said 4x right here. Okay. And again, it's regular, so that means all 4 of these angles are the same. And, you know, if it's regular, how much is that? How much is 4x going to be equal to, guys? It's a square, right? So it'd be equal to 90. So I'll just divide both sides by 4. So I would get that x is, what, 22.5? I can't write that with that pen. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. 22.5. Okay, so those are super easy. If it says find the perimeter, you take the one side times how many sides they have. If it says, you know, solve for x or y or whatever is right here, all the angles are whatever degree measure they give you. Regular means equiangular. So you just set whatever is here equal to the angle size that they give you. And that's all there is to it. All right.